When it comes to iconic watches, this IWC definitely deserves more attention. Hello, welcome to Swiss Watch Gang. Today we are going to talk about the newly released IWC Ingenieur Automatic 40, why it's important and why you should care, and all the specs around it. If you love discovering new watch brands and you like this video, subscribe. There's a lot more coming this year. There's not many watches that earn the status icon, and I don't see many new watches being released today that have this future appeal. An iconic watch needs to tick many boxes, from its provenance, proportions, design, and that special something. The IWC Ingenieur SL sports watch was designed by none other than the Picasso of the watch industry design. The end-all be-all when it comes to iconic watches, Mr. Gerald Genta. The IWC Ingenieur SL Jumbo, reference 1832, which came out in 1976, brought the sports watch appeal to the already existing Ingenieur line. I had the pleasure of trying one on, and when I saw the new IWC, I got a bit nostalgic. The new model is clearly inspired by the icon from the 1970s with a modern interpretation, features and robustness. I have the pleasure of showing you two different dial variants here suited for all preferences. I gotta say that I love wearing integrated bracelet watches for a few reasons. First of all, if the bracelet and the integration into the case is well made, it's just so damn cool and comfortable. This is definitely the case with these new 2023 IWC Ingenieur models. I like the robust feeling while wearing the watch, I like that I don't have to buy new straps because of sweating in the summer, and I also love how over the time it gets scratched and it tells your personal journey with the watch. Although I can't lie, that first scratch always kills me. As we all know, Gerald Genta is responsible for watches like the Patek Philippe Nautilus, the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, and many others. The IWC Ingenieur definitely shares the podium with the Patek and the Audemars, so I'm sure this new release will get a lot of success and attention. As you can see, we have the honor of having two of the new models here today, the black and the silver dial versions. Honestly, I can't decide which I like more. Comment down below which one would you get. There's something classic about the black dial, which can be worn any day of the year, whereas I feel like the silver dial just makes me think of fun times in summer or winter. Obviously, you can wear both all the time, but that's just my association. The watches are very resistant and well equipped for everyday use, since they all feature soft iron inner cases to protect the movements from magnetic fields. They're also water resistant to 10 bar or 100 meters, so you can really push it to the max. IWC also released an aqua dial version and a full titanium version, which I can't wait to see in person. Both dials feature a very special and aesthetic grid texture I haven't seen before. It's deep, symmetrical and consistent, which I love. It gives a perfect feeling of it being an engineer's or an architect's watch. I love textured dials like these because the closer you go, the more you see. Levels on a dial always add complexity, and I like that they use it on the new Ingenieur. They also kept the dial pretty clean in terms of the details. At 12 o'clock you've got the IWC Schaffhausen logo, and at 6 o'clock the name of the model, slightly revamped font and the arrow design. There's a date window at 3 o'clock, which is in line with each dial color. So the black dial features black discs, and the silver one features white discs. The frame is polished and applied on top of the grid. All hour indexes around the dial are polished and also applied and very elevated. Once the lights go off or you drive into a tunnel, you can admire the use of the Superluminova. The lume is applied on each index as well as the hour and minute hands. The hands are all polished, rhodium plated, and they give a nice contrast to the overall matte grid dial. We can't argue that the watch is very readable, a simple yet functional design. People underestimate how hard it is to make a design simple. Nothing on this dial bothers me so far, which is nowadays hard to achieve. In true Gerald Genta style, the watch features a very distinct bezel. It's brushed on top and polished on the sides. The bezel is screwed on with 5 polygonal screws, so it's sturdy and symmetrical. What's also distinct about the Ingenieur is the seamless integration of the bracelet into the case. The H-link bracelet is brushed on top and features polished edges to emphasize its shapes. It wraps around the wrist with ease and is highly adjustable, featuring also a butterfly clasp. On the side you can see the crown guards, which the 1970s original design didn't have. This model features a screw-down crown to increase the water resistance. As we said before, it's 100 meters or 10 ATM. Definitely an everyday wear type of watch. Powering this new model is the in-house movement caliber 32 with a 120-hour power reserve. Plenty if you ask me. The case spec is closed and features only the essential inscriptions. The movement is invisible, which makes sense for a sports watch like this. Here you can see how the watch fits my 18.5 cm wrist. It has great proportions also for smaller wrists at 40 mm diameter, 10.8 mm thickness, and a lug-to-lug of 45.7 mm. So who is this watch for? If you're looking to buy your next integrated bracelet luxury sports watch with the famous IWC and Gerald Genta pedigree, I definitely recommend checking this watch out in person if you can. Let me know which dial you choose, and also check out the links in my video description to find out more about the watches. Thanks to IWC for partnering with us on today's video and giving me access to these new models. Like and subscribe, and as always guys, I'll see you next week.